Good afternoon, Chair Brady, members of the committee, and thank you for the opportunity to testify here today. My name is Paul Anderson. I'm the water superintendent for the town of Brewster. I'm here on behalf of Mass Waterworks Association, which represents 1,500 drinking water professionals across the Commonwealth. I'm testifying in support of House Bill 3000 and Senate Bill 1834, an act relative to retirement classification for drinking water operators. This legislation would reclassify operators from Group 1 to Group 2, allowing retirement up to 5 years earlier. Licensed drinking water operators provide a vital public service, delivering safe drinking water and ensuring fire protection to communities throughout the Commonwealth. We must be licensed through the Division of Occupational Licensure, pass stringent exams, and maintain our licenses with continuing education. Our work is physically demanding and carries serious risks, confined spaces, heavy equipment, chemicals, and emergency response at all hours. As operators age, the chance of injury or being unable to perform these duties increases. At the same time, the responsibility we carry is immense. Any mistake can jeopardize public health and public safety. Other professionals with comparable risks have already been placed in Group 2. We believe operators deserve that same recognition. We respectfully ask the committee to give House Bill 3000 and Senate Bill 1834 a favorable report so this legislation can advance this session. So I just want to make a few comments because I have just a little time left. I'm assuming that none of you have ever woken up in the morning or gotten home from work and didn't have drinking water at your home. It does happen on occasion, and it's pretty terrifying for people. We obviously respond and restore the water back as quickly as possible. One of the reasons that this room isn't full of operators in support of this is because there's 1,500 of them throughout the entire Commonwealth. So Monday through Friday, it takes everybody that we have to provide drinking water. During COVID, it was recognized how essential waterworks operators were. We had to rotate shifts so that we could keep, public drinking water available to all the residents in, across the Commonwealth. It seems to me that this is just a simple mistake. When you look at Group 2 and the members in Group 2, and you look at Group 1 and the members, and you look at the risk associated and how essential those people are to the communities, it's just very clear to me that the drinking water operators should, at a minimum, be at the Group 2 level. And lastly, we are really having a difficult time recruiting younger people. Our people are aging out, and most of them are retiring far prior to 65. Imagine being 60 years old, picking up a shovel, crawling down a ladder into a trench, and digging up a water main. It's just not possible for most folks. So this would be a benefit that we could offer to younger folks to come in to the drinking water profession. We can't compete with the private sector when it comes to salaries. You're aware of prevailing wage. It's the law in Massachusetts. We often pay the private sector far more than we pay our own employees. So I truly believe that this would be beneficial in trying to bring a younger generation into an industry that is going to retire regardless of whether you endorse this bill or not. It's simply going to be a problem not too far in the future. Thank you very much for your time and your consideration. And I have my colleague here, Paul, to speak as well.
Thank you, Chair and committee members. Hello. My name is Paul Denaro, Senior Engineering Technician for the Littleton Electric, Light, and Water Department. I am here in support of House Bill 3000 and Senate Bill 1834, an act relative to the retirement classification for licensed drinking water operators. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I've been in the water profession, both public and private, since 1989. 26 years of them have been working in the public sector. I've worked with and around many different hazardous materials and conditions that licensed water operators encounter daily. Here's a brief list of hazards. PFAS. There is ongoing health research on the effects of PFAS exposure. Health hazards include daily exposure to raw water and PFAS-contaminated filter media. Our friends in the fire profession are changing out their turnout gear to be PFAS-free to avoid exposure. Chlorine gas, strong disinfectant and oxidizer. Ozone gas, strong disinfectant and oxidizer. Alkaline cyanide, which is a reagent used in lab testing. potassium hydroxide for pH control. Hazards include receiving bulk deliveries, maintenance, and emergency repairs of chemical feed pumps. Trench collapses. Hazards include emergency repairs where trench soil saturated with water increases the risk of entrapment from a cave-in. Dig site safety. A notable moment that I was on site. While a water main repair in a snowstorm, a car drove into the work area. The worker had to jump into the trench to avoid being hit by a car in the middle of a snowstorm. In closing, I want to reflect on an experience I had with a county retirement employee. I recently lost my wife to brain cancer and needed to update personal information. While at the retirement board, I was asked, "What retirement group are you in?" And I replied, "I think I'm in group 1. The employee replied, "You must be in a different group. I'm in group 1, and this is the most hazardous thing, is a paper cut." This was a reflective moment for me as to what group licensed drinking water operators are in. I respectfully ask the committee to give House Bill 3000 and Senate Bill 1834 a favorable report so that this legislation can advance in this session. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, gentlemen. Any questions from the committee? And I just want to thank you, you brought PFAS because it is an issue in some of the drinking water. We get money in the budget, everybody clean. It's like throwing water against the tide, and then phosphorus and chloride bacteria as well. So,
Exactly.
thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up from